where the fuck, where you at? Ryan Long, come on down. Where Ryan Long at? I gotta get you. You know I gotta get you, right, Ryan Long? I was trying to leave you alone. You know eyebrow having, you Mississippi salamander looking, Japanese fighting fish looking. Ryan Long look like the type of person you ask him to hand you that cup and he put his fingers on the rim of your glass where you gotta put your lips. Yeah, that's you, Ryan Long. Ryan Long, somebody, what did he do? Ryan Long made a video. Ryan Long made a whole skit about bass players. You don't do that, Ryan Long. He's such a fucking valley girl. So anyway, today I was thinking about getting the vaccine. I was getting the vaccine. Like, why does he do that? Did anybody have a problem with my chew voice? Like, seriously, bro, I'm from Canadian, bro. Jordan Peterson. Like, Ryan Long, you fucked up. You fucked up. If you gonna talk shit about bass players, at least make it funny. At least make it funny. Ryan Long look like he secretly listens to Cher. Do you believe in love after love? Looking ass. Ryan Long, get your ass up out of here. Hey, I ain't lying. I'm just playing with him. I'm just playing. I don't want no smoke with Ryan Long, bro. I'm just fucking with him. And then YouTube recommended me that dumbass video. YouTube recommended me the video of his skit talking shit about talking about bass players. So YouTube, I gotta get you to Susan Wojcicki, where you at? Bring your head ass on down. Susan Wojcicki, I gotta cook you. This been a long time coming. Susan Wojcicki, you ugly. Susan Wojcicki, I seen her on that award show, receiving awards from the blind chick. Susan Wojcicki up there looking like Kevin Sorbo in the face. Susan Wojcicki, strong face ass. That bitch look like a powered up Pikachu. Head ass Susan Wojcicki, you ugly girl, you head ass. Susan Wojcicki look like the type of person to eat banana peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches like shit. Susan Wojcicki look like, y'all seen the Emperor's how the Emperor got the Emperor's New Groove? David Spade looking at Susan Wojcicki, you ugly looking ass. Anyway, I seen that sad shit on the news. CNN showed that attorney Benjamin Crump, and they had George Floyd's brother. The justice has been served. Y'all know how I feel about Ben Crump. Ben Crump, it was an unconscionable act what happened to black when the police. Fuck that. Then they had George Floyd's brother. I could tell George Floyd's brother ain't give a fuck about his brother at all. He's just there for the money. He's there for the check. He's there. He's a millionaire now, right? He's a millionaire. It was very Not only did he not give a fuck about his brother, who was on all types of drugs, this nigga is now a millionaire. He killed two birds with one stone. If George Floyd was still alive, he'd have been there begging for money. So he killed two birds with one stone. Now he can virtue signal peacefully and have you niggas fooled into thinking he gave a shit about George Floyd. He didn't. He gave less of a fuck about George Floyd than I did. And y'all seen that whole video I made on that nigga. Nobody give a fuck about that nigga. Then they showed footage of everybody around the country in their own separate cities. They were all huddled up. They were in their little groups, anxiously awaiting to see what the judge was going to say. The judge, guilty, 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 guilty. Chauvin in the courtroom. Every time, guilty, this nigga other eyebrow would raise up. Like you ain't understand what the hell was going on, nigga. You are a sacrifice. They weren't lying when they said that. But they appeased you niggas and niggas ate it up. Gobble, gobble, no. Fuck that. Y'all already know how I feel. Everybody else is playing violin for that shit. Fuck that shit. You got people crying. They had a white lady. She was crying. Oh, justice has been served. Nigga, that's what y'all call justice. That's justice. Half of the black people out there don't give a fuck about their own family. But here they are in a group anxiously awaiting to see justice be served for this nigga they didn't even know. For this nigga, that's fire bending. They made you concerned about him. You don't give a fuck. Some of y'all family members fucked up right now, driving Nissan Altimas, smoking crack, ain't shit, deadbeat dads and moms, and y'all sitting here worried about George Floyd like shit is all good in your hood. You're stupid. You are fucked up in the game. Y'all worried about the weirdest shit, and they got y'all to worry about the weirdest shit. They done normalized the military coming on American soil and sitting and chilling in American cities. And y'all think it's for the greater good because we don't want BLM to protest. Man, fuck that. They were supposed to be scared of what you niggas was going to do, not what they were going to do. Who's scared of a Marxist organization? Who? That's how they treat y'all, though. Like y'all some bitches. Y'all seen them up there boarding up store, shitting. That's why I said in the real community wouldn't nobody be boarding up shit. Because they know when they come around here, they don't want that smoke because these people, the people from this community, are going to blow a hole in your head. Y'all seen I shared Cliche Guerrero's video. Go check it out on my community post. And you'll see what the Korean said during the riots. The Korean was like, yo, he got a call from the other Korean, his boss. He was like, yo, we in a gunfight right now. Pull up. So the Korean was like, all right, on my way. End of story. That's community. Nigga, did you just invite me to a gunfight? Say less. On my way. Strap up. There. Then next thing you see these niggas busting back. That's how you supposed to do it. But they got y'all so dependent on the government, like the government is going to help you and solve all your problems. So now they had to feed the pigs because they've been waiting. They've been waiting. They wanted justice to be served, so they had to make it look like justice was served. So now they didn't want people to loot and riot and shit. So you know what that tells me? Looting and rioting is the way to get shit accomplished. That's what that tells me. A fifth grader could understand that. A fifth grader. So when y'all sit up here and keep saying, oh, well, what's the old bitch that was inciting violence? Mark Dice was sitting there talking, oh, look at her. What's the old black chick? The monkey looking bitch. She looked like everybody's under at the barbecue playing dominoes and shit, talking shit about the younger people. What's the bitch named Maxine Waters? Sitting up there inciting violence. She's supposed to incite violence. That's her side. That's her side. This is war. In a war, you cannot get mad at your opposition for inciting violence. Where the fuck are you been at? Where are you niggas at? I'm not telling nobody to go be violent or go incite violence. All I'm saying is you cannot claim to be the party of law and order and then get mad at the opposition for being the party of chaos, because that's how they are getting shit accomplished. Obviously, the rules have changed. Long gone are the days of political parties. This is not what this is. There are no parties. There are no parties. If you see somebody keep cheating in a board game, if somebody keeps cheating and you sit there keep playing by the rules and then you cry, oh, well, he cheating. They're cheating. They cheat. And you're not cheating back. Guess what you are doing? You are aiding and abetting the cheater. It is what it is. Obviously, the rules have changed, and the perception of what is cheating and what isn't have also changed. And you're still sitting here on your self-righteous hill, law-abiding citizen, back the police, all of that bullshit that doesn't really mean nothing in the end. And now you look stupid. You look stupid, crying and shit. Well, how come they get shit done? Because they was ready to set shit on fire behind that shit. You niggas, when shit don't go, what do? Well, let's vote. Let's vote. Now, then one of them niggas said, let's vote. Them niggas took to the street and started setting shit on fire. Obviously, that carries some fucking juice with it. That's all I'm saying. You got to understand where you at. You got to play the game how the game is being played. You can't sit up here and say you the party of law and order when obviously all that shit has been thrown out the fucking window. That's all I'm saying. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. Ain't nobody gonna talk to you like this because they want to keep their audience and they want to keep that money. Y'all just Susan Wojcicki, listen to bitch, get back in that kitchen and make me them sandwiches big homie dictator told you and Alyssa Milano to make. Right now. Right now. Susan, that's all I'm saying. You can't get mad at the opposition for cheating when that's all the fuck they've ever done. You niggas is playing checkers. And these niggas is playing pinochle. They not even playing chess. They're not playing chess no more. Y'all still playing checkers and they're playing spades. They're playing spades. They're on a whole nother level. That's why I said get the hell out them cities. The rural America ain't bored up they towns and shit. Cause they out there, them farmers got some hot ones for your ass. You come out. Shout out to the lead farmer too. Don't fire. You go out there. You leave the city with that bullshit, with that BLM shit, and head up to these rural areas. Yeah, them farmers got some hot ones for you. Night vision scopes, all that shit. They ready. They do that shit for a living. You go out there for that shit stays in the city. They know where and where not to do that type of shit. That's why I told niggas, yo, if you can't beat the system, being dependent on the system. Just like where was I at? Am I yelling? I'm hyped. Where was I at? I was out there by Lusby, Maryland. I was out there by Lusby, Maryland yesterday. And I'm driving. And sure enough, I passed a carriage with the Amish with two horses. It was being pulled by two horses, right? I passed on like, damn, that's a sexy horse. Keep going, another one. Keep going, another one. 5 miles further down the road, another one. I'm like, yo, the Amish run this town. The Amish, you know what you don't hear about on the news? The Amish, the Mennonites, they got shit on lock. They don't play that shit. They about their business. That real money skit, the real money skit I did that half of y'all didn't understand, they live that shit. They understand that. That's how they live. Completely independent of the system. You don't hear them on CNN complaining about niggas, complaining about liberals, complaining about this, that. Nah, they out there milking goats. They out there getting them chickens. They out there. They got the sexiest horses you've ever seen. This nigga it looked like the horse was wearing Ugg boots. I don't know what the fuck. It was a Clydesdale. It looked like it was wearing Ugg boots. That's all I'm saying. Like you gotta, you have to, the city, I felt like the city environment breeds victims. And when you have a bunch of victims living on top of each other, and it's so overpopulated with victims in that city, bullshit is bound to spurt up. And you can't blame that on the left, right. That's y'all. That's y'all. They come in and they profit off of it. Just like CNN, all these news outlets didn't have to cover that George Floyd trial. Why was that shit public? Ask yourself, why was that public? Why was it public to begin with? Who does that? Who does that? They do, because they're merchants, right? That's what merchants do. And you people fed the merchants. You gave it your emotional energy and currency. Now you're sitting up here. Now half of you are mad that he was found guilty. And now you think they are trying to appease the mob. And the other half of you are happy because you feel like justice was served, right? Man, I'm on some Amish shit. I don't give a fuck. They out there ABK for real. I don't give a fuck. And they know these smaller towns you go to, they don't have to say fuck the police because they know the police. It be their sons, daughters for real. Not no metaphorical shit. It be their sons, daughters for real. They know them. And if they don't know them personally, their daughter went to school with the daughter of the officer. They know each other. So when you go to these towns outside of the city, people know each other. The value of life is appreciated. But in the city, a cop can kill a nigga and be like, comes with the job. And it does. But a nigga can see that and getting this victim mentality shit and profit off of this shit. And then you got the merchants coming in, CNN and them showing you this shit 24/7. Now it's a fucking thing. They don't do shit like that in the rural areas. This is what I'm trying to tell you. They know those people. The city has taken our sense of community away. It has taken it away. We don't give a fuck about each other because we're all victims. And when everybody's a victim, no one is important. No one. They don't play that shit. They know the sheriff. They know the sheriff's grandma. They know the sheriff's grandma, the sheriff's daughter, the sheriff's son, his family, what farm area he came from. They don't play that shit. The value of life is more appreciated. It's really a sense of community. Even though the nearest house will be like a mile that way, they still know each other. Everybody went to school each other. You don't have that in the city. You don't have in the city. Traffic is so fucked up. It'll make you want to shoot a nigga for no reason. It'll make you. They don't have to deal with that. They got Clydesdales. You have never seen a Clydesdale back up on 66. You've never seen it. You will never see it, and they still get shit done. They create their own supply chains, educate their own children, grow their own food. That's why I said shout out to Led Farmer, because he said if you want truth, you gotta grow it. You gotta grow it. Let me backpedal. Let me get back on Ryan Long. Ryan Long, you know, eyebrow having motherfucker. If y'all didn't see that video he did talking shit about bass players, and if you will talk shit about some, it gotta be funny. That shit wasn't funny, Ryan Long. That shit wasn't funny. Go back to Canada. Go book shows over there. Yo, you can't, because Canada fucked up. Canada's a police state. They said, don't get mad at Ryan Long. Hey, I swear, some of these YouTubers got cult followers, boy. That's why I told y'all, don't follow me. If somebody talking shit about me, hear it out. Listen. But like, why you hate Barricade Garage? Hear the story, right? You can't just keep dismissing people. Sometimes that's why I told y'all don't follow me, right? You gotta have a mind of your own. You can have your individual people that you fuck with, but it shouldn't be no cult following to the point where I tell JP Sears audience, Awaken with JP, that he supported Black Lives Matter and donated to them, and then all of his fans, the soccer moms, the boomers that watch him, was at my top on Instagram. That's all I'm saying. They was at my top. JP Sears didn't promote Black Lives Matter in that video he did called Police Brutality. Awaken with JP not only supported Black Lives Matter, he told you to support and left links to where you could donate to the George Floyd Memorial Fund, to BLM, and the NAACP. Yeah. That's all I'm saying, man. Oh, shout out Ryan Long. I ain't mad at you, bro, but that shit wasn't funny, bro. See, this what men do. We comedians, right? We comedians. He's funnier than you. I give you that. That's his job, because he's killing it in what he's doing. I ain't about to sit here and just talk and act like he's not killing it in what he's doing. Y'all find that shit funny. It's not funny to me. He's a conduit for the bullshit, constantly promoting this woke narrative on from the perspective that he's against it. That's what they all do with this satirical bullshit. Where the real men at? They have eyebrows, Ryan Long, you butt pumping sodomite. Give Owen his joke back. Hey, yo, I'm out. No disrespect. I'm out.